Shalom, shalom, shalom. All right, so before I get started with this lesson, so actually this is going to be a quick little impromptu video. So before we get started off with this video, I want to give all praises and honors and infinite glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash. All right, I'd like to say shalom unto my apostles and elders, a great millstone, and to those who rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect, to Joachim, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, the tabernacle of King David. And to you, I want to say shalom. And today, this really, I only got one scripture, to pull out. But today, this lesson is going to go in, or this video is going to go into how Esau, Edom, and these secret society Freemasons have infiltrated these hoods, man, or as you would call the gangs, okay? And in the video, you're going to see how Esau has turned what used to be, as they would call, gangster, GDs, which would because considering the hood, it's when it came to gangs, it used to be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would look out for people. They look out for, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They would look out brothers and sisters, and they would protect each other. They would help each other. If they needed, help with whatever it is they needed help with, whether it's taking out the trash, whether they need help with moving things in, and whatever the case may be, man. That's what it was all about, man. It was about helping the people. But see, until Esau, Edom have came in, and all these gangs leaders at the top that are involved, including your police, the so-called military, because all of them are involved in Freemasonry and Satanism too. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see that in the video. Larry Hoover, I think it's Larry Hoover. He was in cahoot. He was, not only was he a Freemason, man, but he was shaking hands with the president, man. What gang leader is going to shake hands with the president and the CIA, man? All right, because once the CIA and the Freemasons infiltrated these gangs, that's when our people started killing each other, man. That's when they promote black on black crime, giving our people guns, man. Because don't forget, the CIA was the one putting the gun, and the military was the one putting the guns in the neighborhoods, so our people could kill each other, man. So our people could sell drugs and destroy each other, man. Instead of uplifting and helping each other and getting brothers locked up. And it's either that, they either get brothers locked up, either brothers get killed, shot, locked up for the rest of their life, and brothers are glorifying killing each other, man. Ain't nothing good about killing your own brother, man. You supposed to love your brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the scriptures say. Love thy neighbor, man. And that's speaking on you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Y'all supposed to love each other. But what did Esau and the elites do? They've done the total opposite, man. That's why you got these young thugs and NBA young boys, man. And if they don't, and it's either you get locked up, you get locked up, shot dead, and they take your organs, or they turn you into a Mo, man. You know what I'm saying? They turn you into men wearing dresses, painting nails, and Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on that, coming soon. But it's gonna be, a long documentary, man. Okay? But then they got our men wearing dresses, wearing fingernail polish, man on man, putting on makeup, cutting their rods off and trying to be females, right? But this is what they want the people to accept, man. And then they got these NBA young boy and young thug claiming that they bloods, but they ain't about that life, man. They gotta worship Baphomet and Satan, man, and they Freemasons on top of that. NBA young boy painting his nails, wearing dresses. Young Thug doing the same thing too, painting his nails, wearing dresses. But see, that's what these Luciferians have turned it into, man. All right, instead of our people looking after each other and caring for each other, what do, man? We hate each other, man. We kill each other over some dumb stuff, man. Shoot, you could even go to a so-called a black party, right? With all the club, and Jake could shoot somebody over some dumb shit, man. Okay? But that the purpose of this video is to prove how Freemasonry has infiltrated these gangs, all right, in the pyramid Illuminati pyramid scheme system. So when all you jakes that are throwing up them so-called gang signs, all that came from the Freemason doctrine, man. That's what a lot of y'all don't know. And Freemasons, when you look into Albert Pike and his morals and dogma, man, you know, you got Eliphas Levi, Aleister Crowley. I could go down the line, man. They worship Satan, man. They worship Baphomet, man. Okay? That's where they get their inspiration from, that demon god Baphomet, man, which is a representation of Satan and Lucifer, man. And that's the doctrine that a lot of you modern day Bloods and Crips are following nowadays, man. All right, and I'm not speaking on y'all at the low, man, because you know what I'm saying. I understand y'all trying to survive, you know, to get in life where you need to survive. I get that, but you need to understand what you're dealing with, man. All right, that's why the Lord said this, man. This matter of fact, let me pull that. This Salaki, y'all. This gonna be quick, and then you know we're gonna get into the video, man. All right. All right, this Hosea chapter this Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Yeah, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law thy God, the Most High Yahweh. I also will forget thy children. So, man, majority of our people, they don't know what the hell is going on, man. That's why they in La La Land, man. All right? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. All right? Instead of following the ways of the Bible, man. All right? They want to follow the ways of the world, man. Okay? They want to follow the ways after NBA Youngboy, Drake, Future. What's it? Megan Thee Stallion, you know, Nicki Minaj, right? Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? These so-called politicians, man. All right. Instead of following the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and they want to trust their so-called, clinic people, right? Instead of trusting Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, hence why a lot of them died from the you know what, man, during these lockdowns, right? They were scared, man. Instead of trusting the Heavenly Father, who did they trust? They wanted to go to trust Esau, man. All right? Instead of reading the Bible for themselves, man. All right? But see, majority of our people, man, they don't know what's going on, man. All right? And y'all got to follow the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Because if you don't follow the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the Lord is going to forget you, man. Okay? And the Lord is going to destroy you, man. So that's why it's important, man, to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments of who you are according to the Bible, man. All right? That's why it's always important, man. Okay? But this whole video is to expose how Freemasonry have infiltrated these modern day Bloods and Crips, man. Okay? And understand, man, that when y'all throw up them so-called handshakes, throw up them signs, all that's satanic, man. All of it is satanic. And it all comes from the Illuminati or the Freemasonry books, man. All right, do your research on these things, man. Because, see, a lot of people are ignorant to that fact, man, because they don't know nothing. Okay, they don't understand. They haven't done research on these things. They haven't read the Bible. They don't know who Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is, man. So that's why they do these things out of ignorance, man. But, see, when you turn to these scriptures and know who you are according to the Bible, you won't be caught under that sorcery and witchcraft of Freemasonry, man. All right? But like I said, man, you know, I hope this video, you know what I'm saying, wake somebody up. And I want to say, Shalom, man, all right? Enjoy the video.
All this bullshit. He created the rap music. He created these niggas, these fucking cartoon characters you see.
It's crazy. It's 2024 and Jakes is still trying to be gang bangers and kill each other, man.
They gonna be that until it's over with.
Yeah, that's Esau's agenda was to destroy the black family household, man.
Did a great job.
You know what I'm saying? That's his whole agenda.
Because truth be told, it was a brother that he exposed. It's like, I'm gonna go quick too, please. He exposed what the truth about the gang was, man. He said this was on the south side of Chicago. He said this guy met up. Yeah, he said they met up, and he was the top gang leader. He said they met up because at the time he was just trying to join the B gangs. He didn't know what the hell was going on. But then the guy was showing off his Mason ring, basically. He was like, man, get that out of my face. And then he was talking to, and then they had the meeting in the old Masonic building. They said on the 64th and Halstead on the south side of Chicago. And then he said, and then he was showing all the hand signs that they were doing. So when you Jakes are throwing up them so-called gang signs, really all that gang signs, they get that from the Masonic doctrines, man. And then that's when they put out all them the Masons, they all had their guns set up, the knives, and it was all set up, man, by the secret societies of Esau Edom.
Also known as IEPA, IEEPA. Jimmy
Huh? Y'all been playing with the slime. See, all y'all used to love me. Now I don't know nobody love me, mama. But I think y'all forgot I ain't never like y'all bitches anyway, so what the problem is? Yeah? Nigga wanna talk about my nails. I done fucked them up now. You heard me? Everybody wanna play with the slime. But it's all good. You know I'm a big troll, as long as I ain't no dead troll, nigga. You can talk about my nails all you want. Bitch, I know somebody who wish they could paint their nails right. I know somebody who wish they could paint their nails right now. So mama, how do you think I should go about this? Cause you hurt my feelings. I ain't never did none of y'all nothing. I'm talking about none of y'all. For real. Oh no. There's too many people watching me. Bye.
How many people?
I don't know. My people get to watch me. I am on here to troll. All you pussy niggas and stank hoes. Believe that. Too many people came. And I see y'all coming back, bitch. I'm about to run off again.
Why did you go so fast?
Huh? But look though, tell me what you want me to do. What did I do? You flood me with all these plaques, and now you down me. Make that make sense. Y'all be calling me crazy. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy, boy. Y'all crazy. Hey, crazy. But get what? Mama, look what I'm doing.
Face painting, doing painting your nails, and doing these different sort of style things. Like, what's inspired that to do those different things too?
The nails came after the face. I was just playing with my face, and I actually liked it. You should try it.
I'm saying, I gotta check with the wife, but she's with it.
Mason. I beat all my cases.
Back in the day, nigga had one of these type dreams for real. All this shit. I got creative. All this shit. I put thought into it. I put thought into my brother. That's great.
That's a fool. That's a fool. That's a fool. The same motherfucker.
You a what? I saw that hate ass shit.
Touch that shit hard. I'm trying to see what this is right here in the middle.
This is my shit harder than this.
Let me go real home.
Hey, you be doing that.
Right now, World Star Hip Hop, man, me and Birdman, know it's his birthday. You about to turn up, man, you know, real big old beat shit.
Drugs, so you plotting how to rob ass niggas.
He a part of us. He live and die what we live and die for. I fuck with the little homie, super tough. So if you really want to say Thug is with us, I feel in my heart he with us, and he feel in his heart this is what he want to do, and we gonna support him.
Yeah, bitch, yeah, ho, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of niggas hate because I'm a motherfucking rich gang and shit. And you niggas keep trying to test me. Y'all can keep trying to test me. Keep trying to see if I'm under the 5 and shit. But anyway, yeah, I was on media takeout on World Star and shit. Yeah, Birdman fucked me. He fucked me in the ass for the deal. I'm gonna be real. Birdman fucked me for the deal, man. I suck Birdman dick. Rich gang. This shit on my motherfucking face.
She over there dying.
I fuck Rich gang for. I fuck Bird for the deal. I fuck Bird.
I'ma do you like baby than me.
Here, look. I'ma show you what type nigga I am, right? These niggas right here been bucking with me all night. I want y'all to come up here and fuck with me.
Come on, let them niggas
y'all
up here.
3, y'all 4, right? Yeah, all y'all come up here and fuck with a nigga. It's cool like that. Up here, they been bucking with a nigga all night. I fuck with niggas too. I fuck with niggas too. I fuck with niggas.
I'd like to thank Brother Dash for giving me the opportunity just for a few minutes just to talk to young brothers. I've been asking Brother Dash to give me the opportunity to come before the camera, and today he allowing me to do this. First, I just want to say right off the back, my name is Tyrone Muhammad. I'm a funeral director here in New Jersey, and I'm going to cut straight to the chase. I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. I ain't going to give you a watered-down version. I ain't going to tell you something that's just popular. No, I'm going to give it to you real. If you ain't hear from nobody else that's telling you the realness, you ain't hear from nobody else. As a film director, you want to talk to those who just loving these brothers, these rappers. In fact, rappers such as Rick Ross, rappers such as Lil Wayne, those out there having you falling in love with that nonsense, having fallen in love with thinking that that's reality when they're talking about violence. But they living other than that. See, they walking around with bodyguards and etc. And they got you out here gang banging, got you out here shooting and killing one another. But listen, all that, the reality of it is when I see you. When I see you, it's over. It's over. Why? You're dead. You're gone. And you're dead because of foolishness, right? You come in here all shot up, bullet holes everywhere. You've been to the medical examiner. The medical examiner butchered you up, chop you all up, gut you open, take all your heart, your organs, your liver, your kidneys, your intestines. They remove your brain, gut you out. Gut you out. And now what happens now? You leave off a cold environment there. You come to the funeral home. We put you on the cold embalming table. And while you're on that cold embalming table, we put cold embalming fluid in you, a cold water. See what I'm saying? And after all that, we watching your cold blood run down the tables. Why? Because you fell in love with a fantasy. You fell in love with something that wasn't even real. See, they got you buying their products, and they not even living that. They not even living that lifestyle. So they got you all thinking that that's real. No, that ain't real. Real is when your mother is before me. Real is when your mother can't afford to pay for your funeral. Real is when I got to patch up those bullet wounds on you. See, that's real. See, that's real. See, Rick Ross ain't here to pay for your funeral. Rick Ross, Lil Wayne and them ain't here to help your mother buy a casket, to put you on the ground. No, it's your poor mother. See what I'm saying? I'm sick of it, man. Ain't no damn outcry. Ain't nobody fed up. Ain't nobody care about you. Your homies don't give a damn about you. Why is that? Yeah, they homies on the street. But when it's time to come in here to pay that bill, ain't nobody in here with your mother. Your mother in here by herself, putting her little pennies, her nickels, and her dimes, and her hard-earned dollars here to put you at rest for some foolishness. Think that over, man. Think it over. I mean, I don't know nobody that want to rush to a grave. I just can't even see somebody trying to rush to get into a casket. To be down. Down for what, man? Think that over. Down for what? And at the day, when they put you in that ground, and I've been to so many funerals, I've directed so many funerals, and after they eat that chicken and macaroni and cheese, get that Hennessy, smoke a little weed, you gone, man. Off to the next one, man. Everybody is profiting off the death of young black people. Everybody is profiting from it. The medical examiner, the hospitals, and the hospitals profit even more because why? Because when you get shot and they trying to keep you alive, you ain't dead yet. They still keeping you alive by means of artificial, meaning that they can have a mechanical device on you, keeping you alive, right? On a respirator, or you close to death, they harvesting your organs, taking your organs, man, your kidneys, right? Taking your heart, and your mother and father know nothing about that, right? But then they go sell your organs or put them right on the black market, should I say. So now your mother who don't have money, think this over, think this over. Your mother who don't even have money to pay for your funeral, but yet your organs were so valuable that it's going over to somebody else on the market where they paying $25,000 and $50,000 and your mother see nothing of that. Right? Not only has she lost her son, now his organs is being distributed to other people where they cashing in on it. Right? So you need to start thinking about this, man. Before you start going out here and talking about that you down with this set, down with that set, man, I'm telling you the real story is, man, you're going to end up in the funeral home. I'm telling you. And you probably saying you ain't got nothing to live for. Man, you got everything to live for, man. You got everything to live for. You got to understand that you matter. Just as the next man that may have an education, that may have a lot of money, and you may not attain that right now, you still matter, man. So many of our young brothers, nowadays sisters too, end up in the graveyard. So much potential gone, man. Some of the answers and cures that we need in our community, gone. See? And what we got to do, man, we got to start uniting and realize that, man, we are fighting for the resurrection, for the totality of our people. We got to understand that we are fighting for our people, man, for our very existence here. Now, I'm tired as a funeral director, and I don't know why other funeral directors ain't stepping up. You got to, why other funeral directors ain't stepping up? Why I'm the only one out there crying out in the wilderness, man, trying to get you to see the reality, man? Huh? Are you just that much in love and getting in the casket? Is you just that much in love with seeing how many people gonna come to your funeral? Are you just that much in love to see how many people gonna sign a register book? Are you that much just in love to see how your prayer card and your program is? You must be a damn fool. You gotta be a fool, man. Because once you in that casket, you ain't getting out of it. It's over. It's done. So what we gonna start doing? And we out in the streets every day. We out in the streets every day. Morticians that care, we out in the streets. We bringing caskets to the street. We bringing body bags to the streets. We bringing the van with the casket on top of it, man. Right? Some people say, why you gotta be so grotesque? Why not? Why not? We gotta do whatever it takes, man, to save the lives of our people. You even dilly-and-dally and tapping around this issue? No, man, we gotta deal with the issue today. And if that means by bringing a casket on the street, so be it. I'm gonna keep doing it. If that'll bring a body bag out in the street, I'm gonna keep doing it. Right? I'm gonna keep doing it. Long as that we got the violence that's taking place and I'm trying to save our young people, I'm gonna do what I need to do, But it ain't gonna stop here. We're going to take the death from our community and we're going to bring it to right in front of the very door of those that got the resources to help us get out of the mess we're in. Right? That's what we're going to start doing. We're going to make a reality of death a part of other people who've been living cushy, who've been living comfortably, who've been living good, and off the backs of our young people dying. Medical examiners, step up, man. You talking about you ain't part of the problem. You ain't part of the solution. Nah. This is what one of the medical examiners told me. I tried to tell him to get involved of the Stop the Violence campaign. He said, listen, man, the medical examiners ain't part of the solution. I said, you're a damn lie if you ain't. You are a lie. You ones that witness and see this every day. You mean to tell me that you don't care enough about the... Oh, I get it, because he don't look like you. I understand. I understand he ain't from the same educational background as you. I get it, right? But at the same time, you have a duty, man, that you were sworn by, right? You have a duty. And you seeing so many of these children going to an early grave, man, when they should be going off to college and getting clothes for their graduation. I'm taking their clothes and burying them, man, splitting them up the back, to put on them, suturing up their skin, man, to put their flesh back together. I'm the one got to take the viscera in the bag and put that back in your stomach. I'm the one got to put the skull back and suture up your head, man. I don't take no damn delight in doing that. I'm fired up, man. I'm telling you it's going to be a change. So you rappers, I'm telling you, we calling you out, man. We going to tear your brand down, man. I'm telling all the young people today, man, tell them, put that foolishness down, man. Don't buy another one of those records. If they telling you to kill or pick up a gun, we don't want that. I don't care who it is. Because you know why? You should care. Because ain't none of them. Lil Wayne ain't coming to your funeral. You can forget that. Right? Rick Ross ain't coming to your funeral. You can forget that, brother. Right? So what we going to do, we going to make them feel our pain. We're going to stop supporting them. If they can't raise the level of consciousness in the minds and hearts of our people, and they knowing damn well where they come from, man, from the inner city, and now you have attained a life that's giving you luxury, man, and you're going to turn your back on our people, man, and keep giving them this filth? Nah. We coming to you. We coming to your doorsteps. We bringing body bags. We bringing caskets, man. We bringing pictures, man. We gonna let you know, man, that we feel it here in the city. We gonna bring it to your doorstep. So I just want to appeal to the young people as I close out. I want you to really start thinking what I'm saying. I ain't here to scare you. I'm telling you the reality. See, they ain't gonna tell you the reality. I mean, it ain't all good, right? Cause you a shell, man. You gone, man. Right, you cut from here like that wide incision, right? That right here, you cut, man. Pull your flap over your chin, man. Skull is taken off. Brain is removed, stuffed with newspaper, man. See, that's the real, man. And when you love somebody unconditionally, man, you give up the secrets. Ain't no secrets about this no more. It's all on YouTube, all on the internet on how people are embalming today. But the fact of the matter is ain't nobody saying nothing about the young black people dying, man. I mean, everybody on street corners nowadays saying this and that. No, we try to take it to another level, man. We got to take it to another level. We telling the radio stations. We calling them out, man. Stop playing all that damnable music that's harming our people, man. Right? You got us on one segment that you give us 1 hour on Sundays to try to tell us what's going on in the community, but those 23 hours a day and those rest of the 6 days a week, you dumping garbage and filth in the minds of our people, man. Sending off bad frequencies and vibrations within them, man. No, we coming for you, man. We coming, even if whatever it takes, we coming for you. We coming for you. So as I close out, I just want to thank you for not going that route. For those who considering that you think you may be corny and that you don't want to be a part of that culture, I'm telling you, stay the course. You want the right course. Because I'm going to tell you, as I close out now, we're going to be able to address the issue soon, or I'm going to be addressing you later. Thank you.
The situation in Chicago, man. I'm from Chicago, born and raised there. I ran those streets in Chicago and changed my life. But I want to kind of make people aware of some things that you don't know, because you never really been out there, then you wouldn't know it. And it's going to be hard to believe, but myself, for a fact, and several others that I ran with know this to be the truth. Growing up in Chicago in the early 90s, the same situation was happening. I've been in Chicago where a person came into my house and knocked on the door to come and get me early in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, and said, come with me, man. It's a crate of guns in the alley. And I got up and ran out there, and sure enough, there was a crate of guns. And during that time when we in it, you're not thinking about where did the guns just come from. You know, you never think about that type of stuff, like where did the guns come from and why are they here. But now that I'm older, I can kind of tell you that it's a diabolical plot. Nothing is stopped. The guns are still there. The guns are still being placed in these different strategic communities. It's a plan. It's not out in Bridgeview. It's not out in, Westmount. They're putting it in the hundreds for sure. Yeah, they're putting it on 55th. They're putting it in Inglewood. 6:30 in the morning, while older people that's at work, you sleep. You're not outside. So, you got the streetwalkers and the people that's out, they hustling and they out all types of day. Yeah, they're the ones that's going to run across them, and who would go and tell the police? I never went to go tell the police when we found some guns. That don't even make sense. Why would you go tell the police? So people are wondering why so much violence. Think about it. You think about this. Okay, the police are locking people up constantly in Chicago every single day. They're taking guns off the street every single day, every day. So how is it that all of these guns just keep appearing? Where are all the guns coming from? Nobody's going to the gun store buying these guns. So where are all these guns? Now, this is another part that you don't know. I was so used to having exotic guns that I thought that was the norm. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying far as, I don't know if are you familiar with guns, but a fully automatic handgun is almost impossible to get. You know what I'm saying? A fully automatic assault rifle, that's not common. It may sound common, but that's not common. A Uzi that's fully automatic, that's not common. So I was so used to having everything in the area that I knew of was fully. It shot fully automatic, fully. So me being 17 and 18 and in my 20s, I was so naive that I believed that's how all guns was. I seen so many different exotic guns on the street running around in different areas with the guys just running around. I thought that was the norm. So now I'm an older gentleman. I'm out here, I switch my life around. I'm living right, So now I'm clearing my name up and got my record sealed. And I'm going to the gun shop now. I'm going to the shooting range, shooting like I'm supposed to. And I go into gun stores and I'm asking for certain guns and they looking at me like I'm crazy. Like I made that gun up. These are guns that I've seen several times in different areas that the gun store is saying, how would that be on the street? That's something that you would have to get specialized, customized. You see what I'm saying? But these guns are on the streets of Chicago. And my point to you is, yeah, we can't try to make an excuse for the kids out there shooting, and it ain't all kids, but we can't make an excuse, but I want you to look at the bigger picture. Where are they getting the guns from? It's not one or two areas. It's not one or two areas. It's everywhere. In the urban community is what I'm telling you. They're not dropping them out there in Hillcrest. They're not gonna be out there. You check in them hundreds. You check on the low end. You check in the heart of the city, in the inner city. That's where they're dropping all the guns at. That's where all the killings is happening at. That's why a lot of innocent people are getting shot, stuff like that. Because of these guns. They got guns that they can't control. They shooting these guns, letting off, man, 100 shots, man, in 30 seconds. These guns are not being bought. They don't have no gun license to buy these guns. So where are they getting the guns from? That's the question. I'm telling you right now. They've been dropping the guns off in crates for years. They've been doing it. I seen it twice in my lifetime. I seen it in 1990, and then I seen it again in 1999. I seen it with my own eyes. You can believe it or not, but that's the honest to God truth. I went out, I seen the guns in the crate myself, and it went out through the whole area. Everybody got this one, grab that one. Let me get that one. I grabbed it. Everybody got it. And that's what they keep doing. That's how the guns keep getting on the streets. That's why the wars don't stop. You see what I'm saying? That's the part that people gotta focus on. The gun control, how you gonna control something if you study putting it down there? That's propaganda when they saying this gun control, or we lobbying for gun control. You're not trying to control nothing when you study putting guns out there. They're giving it to them. Now they want to give them the guns so they can catch them with the guns. Either they're gonna kill somebody with the gun, then they get to lock them up, or they catch them with the gun and they get to lock them up. Either way, it's lose, 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 lose. You see what I'm saying? It's a business for them. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? It's like me wanting to sell a drug, but I got to get you hooked first. You know, it's a business for them. So the more people that they can catch with guns, or the more people that commit crimes with guns, they get to lock them up. To them, it's just a number. They don't care. They don't care who it is. But it's more of the African community that is, you know, we're the victims. And I hate that everything boils down to race and all of that. I'm not a racist, but the truth is the truth. And I'm just telling it how it is. You know what I'm saying? I go to Chicago all the time. But if I go out to Westmount, Illinois, where one of my good white friends live, and I go with him, it's a different community. It's a different community. Ain't nobody running around with no guns. Ain't nobody doing nothing. I go out there, I feel safe. As soon as I go where I grew up at, I'm not getting out the car without no gun, because I don't trust nobody, because everybody around here got a gun. Everybody got a gun. You hear that part? That's the part that matters. Everybody got a gun, from the 14-year-old on up. Everybody got one. They ain't even doing nothing with it. They just got one. Well, how do everybody got all these guns? Where they come from? Right back to that again. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The guns are being deliberately placed, strategically placed in certain communities to target certain individuals. Please pay attention. Please research it. Check it out. Ask some of the OGs who've been around, and they'll tell you the same thing, that I'm not lying. I'm just willing to expose it. I'm trying to tell you the truth. It's the truth. They deliberately placing guns in Chicago in different areas. That's why so much shooting. The kids, as a little boy, when you grow up, you want to be a cowboy. You want a gun in your hand. As soon as you get it, you're going to emulate what you're seeing that people in front of you doing. So as soon as you get your hand on that gun, you got an extension clip, an extended clip. Where all these extended clips come from? Where do you think they come from? Just think about it logically. Where do all these automatic weapons come from that's doing all this shooting? Where do they come from? But nobody can go. Chicago don't got no gun stores. Think about that. There is no gun store in the city limits of Chicago. So where are the guns coming from? How do you get bullets? How do you get bullets? Because they dropping off bullets with the guns. That's how. Where they get bullets from? Okay, if I got guns, say I got the guns, where am I going to get bullets if it's not a gun store in the city of Chicago? That's what I'm trying to show y'all, man. Think about it logically. They don't want us to stop and think, because then if we stop and think, then we're going to be on point. You understand what I'm saying? So, hopefully, this will wake somebody up. Maybe you'll snatch your son up, or your nephew, or your cousin, and you'll talk to him, and you'll let him know it's a bigger picture than running around with these gangs, and that stuff ain't gonna last nowhere, you know. I was there. I came up out of it. Everybody won't be so lucky. But today, I just want to drop one to grow on y'all, man, that there is a plot, and there is a plan, and it's strategically against our communities. So this is signing off from Las Vegas. The truth. This is not no maybe. I think he know what he talking about. I'm telling you the truth. They dropping guns off me.
The gangster disciples use charitable organizations as fronts for their illegal activity. The U.S. Attorney's Office says the gangster disciples use charitable organizations as fronts for their illegal activity. And according to the indictment, Vancito Gums bragged that he was a hitman for the organization.
We're finna get good, y'all. Brett. No, where was I before I just sneezed my fucking brains out? So, those the gangster sets. Now, I think I told you before how Minister Fontaine and Larry Hoover got cool when they was in jail. So, Minister Fontaine brought the idea to David. And King David Barksdale, he liked the idea of clicking up all the sets in the Inglewood area, in most of the South Side, to make the Black Gangster Disciples. David threw this meeting, and this was the most important meetings of all. And this would make one of the strongest brotherhoods ever known in gang history. Now, this is when it gets good. Now, the meeting was on 64th in Halsted. Now, for you to know the area, you like, yo, that's Kennedy King College. Now, I'm finna blow your fucking mind with some real history. Now, this coming out of Gordon's mouth. So Gordon tells me, you know what Kennedy King got, right? And I said, yeah, I know what Kennedy King got. So he said, it's a field across the street. I know the field. And it's a building right there. And in that building is where we had our first meeting. So I'm like, word? No, that's cool. What's special about the building? He showed me his ring. So I didn't pay no attention. I just looked at the ring like, get that thing out of my face, nigga. I want to see that shit. So I dipped. Now I went to go check the building out because I used to go to school at Kennedy King because I was going to take a GD course, but I got sidetracked, you should say. And it was a Masonic temple. The building, like, it haven't been touched in 20 years. Like, it's so old. It looks fucking raggedy, man. It's a big building. I mean, you could tell it got the old brick in it. When you look inside, you can't see shit. Like, the building looks totally deserted. It's spooky. I went back and talked to him, like, yo, I went to it. Man, I think it's a Masonic temple. Then he showed me the ring again. He said, yeah, that's what it was. That's what it still is. Now, he's a Mason. Okay? Now, he tells me the rest of the story. So we had a meeting here, and I'm like, hold on. So how did the Black Gangster Disciples get to rent the building for the night? Like, who rents a building to different gangs? Now you gotta remember, David was, his name hold weight. You know what I'm saying? He was the king of all kings. You understand? Larry Hoover, the chairman of the board. Yeah, I'm familiar. I know you're familiar with the power Larry Hoover holds to today. So it just always got me like, what happened? So I ended up asking him, was King David and Larry Hoover Masons at that age? And he gave me a smirk. He gave me the craziest look. He like a giggle, you know what I'm saying? And he never answered. That was the end of the conversation. That's all he told me. You know what I'm saying? He told me stories, how they fought, how they used to rumble, they didn't use guns. If you did have a gun, they didn't have to use it. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of shit that niggas know. You know what I'm saying? We know what happened back then. But I just could not understand what was going on. And then I look at a lot of the symbols with the gang, as far as disciples and the people. And a lot of them comes from the Mason doctrine. And it really gets me. Some of the laws is in the Mason.
Now, for some people that don't know, you received your name from Larry Hoover. How was that like? Is that something you don't want to talk about?
I'm saying, my pops.
Okay.
Yeah, my pops was under Larry Hoover.
what I'm saying? They whole generation thing. You know what I'm saying? I just got my name from him. I'm saying that was his street name.
As far as you just talking about your father, you know, in a previous interview, talked about your father. He wouldn't snitch on.
Larry Hoover is a Freemason. Larry Hoover sold his soul to be the most known gangster in the world. When you think about how much bricks Larry Hoover was getting, metric tons on tons on tons, they was getting all these licks. And through the music industry and through the government, that's why they silenced him. They didn't kill him because they didn't want to make him a martyr. But if the government would have killed him off, Larry Hoover would have been so much bigger than what he is now. And he's a god to some people. He's a god to some people, seriously. Jeff Ford, now we're gonna take it to the people. He used to send Mickey Caldwell, so you guys don't know, that was the leader of the Mickey Cobras. God rest his soul. Now, of course, it wasn't called the Mickey Cobras then, it was called the Egyptian Cobras. The Cobra Stones, which after people found out that Mickey Caldwell was killed off of Black Pea Stones, came Mickey Cobras. But Mickey Caldwell used to go to the White House, and he was first name basis to the president at the time. Now that's a proven fact. Think I'm lying? You can Google that shit up, whatever you need to do. Jeff Ford knew the president. He used to go there for dinners. He used to go there for meetings and shit. Now, what would a president of the United States need to talk to a nigger that never finished grammar school? The plot thickens. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that's crazy. They was hooked up with something bigger than them. And when the government knew they had power, and they saw that Jeff Ford had so much power that they couldn't manipulate him no more, they set him up. They said he had rocket launchers, he was messing with Gaddafi, and they looked at him as an urban terrorist with the gang, as far as disciples and the people. And a lot of them comes from the Mason doctrine. The laws is in the Masons rule book. EGD was started by Freemasons.
Hey Jay, what's happening, man? How you doing? Oh, I'm pretty good. Still fighting this frame. How everything going? Oh, it's rough on a black man. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of different things, but you know, ain't nothing like hearing it straight out the horse's mouth, you know. Well, the truth is, the niggas in the street gotta get together all over the nation. I thought we gotta get together in Chicago, we gotta get together in LA, we gotta get together in Houston, we gotta get together in New York, we gotta get together in Detroit. Niggas got to get together all over this nation. I'm talking about not the regular people in the street, I'm talking about street niggas. I'm talking about niggas that call themselves gangsters. Real gangsters go to the polls. Well, you know, we the one make the difference too. Exactly. That's what's going to make the difference. You know, that's that sleeping giant. That's that 40% apathetic vote within our black community. That's who we need to arise. That's who need to awaken. And see, they scared of me because I'm trying to wake that sleeping giant. Hey, what's happening? Tomorrow your big day, huh? Yeah, man. Been 4 years, man. Glad to get up out of here. So what's the plan? Man, you know, there's been a whole lot of conspiracy going on to try to divide these rappers and things in Houston. Man, I want to bring everybody together and have a meeting. Sit down and talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Say no more, say no more. I'm gonna make that happen.
That meeting has got to be stopped. This is costing me a lot of money.
Tell us where Pitsy and Prince are meeting the bosses.
What y'all gonna do for me?
You'll get paid. Just start talking.
Man, y'all better make this look good, because if y'all mess this up, it's gonna be some problems.
Niggas ain't no Masons. I am no. Check it. First of all, this is Mace, no mine. I got 1 million brothers with me and we waiting to shine. If they hear the whittle call, then they pushing the line. Nigga, don't be surprised if somebody end up dying. I could be killed for the words that I speak, so I'm a Mason motherfucker to the G. Fuck peace. I'm about to hold lodge in the streets and take these motherfucker niggas to the east, nigga.
I want to say to the brothers behind me and to the brothers out there in the YouTube world, you know what I'm saying, from Freedom Lodge #1, Grandmaster Aten Ray, you know, we pay homage to all the Grandmasters of 4-letter and 3-letter. and we stand in solidarity by saying that Rick Ross, William Wallace, is not in the order of Masonry, nor is he recorded to be a brother in any Masonic lodge, 4-letter or 3-letter wise. So we understand some brothers from the Gangster Disciples got a problem with the fake Ross being an Illuminati or Masonry. Let's just get the understanding. If he's not even a Mason, he can't be in the Illuminati. So before any of us can say anything about Illuminati or Masonry, you have to know about that. But if he's not a Mason, he can't be in the Illuminati. The same way if you're not if you're a Skull and Bones, you got to go through Masonry. So we just like to say in solidarity to the Gangster Disciples that no, Rick Ross is not a Mason. So we just want to say that to y'all, handle your business. I asked him personally on the red carpet at the BET Awards in 2011, was he a Mason? People out here want to know on the song Freemason, was that a Masonic song for the brothers out here?
It was just a record that was for people who understood it, you know what I'm saying, and love music at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Are you a Mason?
No.
Okay, thank you. It's your boy L.A. Nash. Don't forget it. And he said no. I asked him, I had light on. I asked him in a low tone, really softly, and I gave him every chance to come correct. So just want to announce that he did us the same way he's done y'all. He took our organization, shook it up, and did some COINTELPRO stuff. And what he's doing now is pitting organizations against organizations. And it just so happens that the GDs, the Gangster Disciples, wasn't going to have that. Now, a few of our brothers are more passive and we kind of give a chance to things like this. But now we got the facts to know that he is an imposter, he's a fake, and he's a false prophet. And it is written that false prophets will come and try to deceive the people to go against each other. And believe me, what Rick Ross is doing is deceiving you. So we stand in solidarity to say, again, that Rick Ross, William Wallace, is not no Mason. And if he's not a Mason, he cannot be in the Illuminati. That's all I got to say. Mason night out. So mote be.
So mote be.
Peace.
I'm Abdulaziz, a Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Luxor here in Los Angeles, California. And with Freedom Lodge number 1, we want to say that we don't want to have any kind of conflict with the Gangster Disciples because of Rick Ross' claim to be an Illuminati. We don't know him to be a Mason that has come through any Blue Lodge, and we don't know him to be a Mason that would be an Illuminati. So we distance ourselves from any conflict between the gang and Rick Ross. We appeal to them to try to come with peace with each other and work out their problems. But we just want to make it clear that as Masons, we have nothing to do with a conflict between Gangster Disciples and Rick Ross.
Rick, people out here want to know on the song Freemason, was that a Masonic song for the brothers out here?
It was just a record that was for people who understood it, you know what I'm saying, and love music at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Are you a Mason?
No.
Okay. Are you a Mason?
No.
Okay. Are you a Mason?
No.
Okay. Thank you. It's your boy L.A. Nash. Don't forget it.
What my story showed was that the cocaine that was being sold in those neighborhoods was coming from mainly one source, and this one source was being used to finance a guerrilla war in Central America. The general idea of the CIA dealing drugs was something that the American mainstream press had never written about before, and that's why it prompted outrage among blacks, among drug reform activists, among politicians, by the CIA, by every federal agency involved in the drug war, because it showed they weren't doing their jobs, that it was a fraud.
I think all the gangs were heavy players in the drug trades because the cocaine explosion caused so much product to be out on the streets in Chicago. These traffickers needed somebody to move it, so naturally they turned to the gangs.
As the 1980s dawned, the gang began branching out into Chicago's poor neighborhoods, spreading its brand of capitalism.
Those same areas, you know, where they lack economic stimulus.
While some members got legitimate jobs, the rest sold drugs.
For the most part, that is what keeps them together, is the drug business.
The Satan disciples created a structure to control the flow of money. Cash flowed from street dealers to the set bosses, eventually all the way up to the king.
Once you sell narcotics, yes, you're going to be making money for yourself, but also you're going to have to pitch some back in. You're going to have to pay something back to the gang.
The temptation of the beast, you slip and lose your grip and forever fall asleep. The venom is contagious, be wary of its spell. What you thought would be heaven turned out to be hell. I wonder if she knows the devil's taking off her clothes deep into her soul. Stole, now he's in control, Papa's doing worse. A victim of the deadly curse, wouldn't be the first to leave the ghetto in a hearse. Oh, and how it hurts. The children pay the biggest price, never gets the chance to grow up with a happy life. Blame it on the rock, but we know that's a bunch of crap. Someone from the top supplying us with plenty crap, keep them in a daze. Don't let them see the other way, let them all get paid. Won't live to see another day. See, they never got a breath of the sunshine. Now the kids addicted and only hit it one time. We're destined to be dead as a nation. Don't let it come to this. Resist the temptation.
Today, I'm gonna fill you in on the connections between the Illuminati and your local street gangs. Alright, yo. So me and Rat grew up poor as fuck, right? And, you know, hanging out in the streets and shit, you get mixed up with the quote-unquote wrong crowd or whatever, you know, and, you know, we got into gangbanging and shit, and, you know, we used to hang out with Sureño Treses and a bunch of Crip niggas and shit, and so I know a little bit about gangbanging, right? And now I got older, and, you know, I'm wiser now, and I've been looking around at stuff, and I started investigating the New World Order and the Illuminati, and I gotta tell you, man, there's some strong similarities between the two. It almost makes me think that the Illuminati runs the gang system of America. So let's start off with initiation. Here we have a couple pics of a Skull and Bones initiation. And here we have some Freemasonic initiation. And here we have some gang initiations. Get initiated in both secret societies and in the gangs, you gotta, you know, come in at the bottom of the pyramid. You gotta do your dirt, you gotta put in work, you gotta pay your dues, and you work your way up the pyramid, right? You start out in, you know what I'm saying, you start out on the streets as a YG, and you get jumped in and you do, you know what I'm saying, you respect your OGs and you do what they tell you to do, and you prove that you're down, and you move up in the ranks and you become a G, and then you're a G for a couple of years, and you put in some more work and you do what, you know, you're supposed to do, and then you become an OG, and then nobody in the gang can fuck with you. And it works the same way with secret societies. Alright, so speaking of degrees, let's talk about the two main branches of Freemasonry. The York Rite, which we can see here has 13 degrees, or 13 steps, or 13 levels, and the Scottish Rite, as we can see here, has 33 degrees. This is very interesting because two of the main Hispanic gangs, Mara Salvatrucha, or MS-13, and Sureño 13, both have 13 as their signifying number. And Trey Crips, one of the bigger Crip gangs, uses 33 as its signifying number. So in other words, three of the most predominant gangs out there all use numbers sacred in Freemasonry as their identifying numbers. Alright, let's move on to hand signs. Everybody's seen, you know what I'm saying, rap videos or the gangster movies. Everybody knows what gang signs are. Everybody's been, you know, it's so popular now. Even when you got white chicks throwing up gang signs on the internet now. So, yeah, basically, the Illuminati got hand signs too. You can see some Freemasons doing their hand signs right here. And you can see George Bush throwing up his devil horns, or, you know, his hook'em horns, because he's from Texas or whatever. Real big Texan. He ain't even from Texas. But whatever. But, you know, why the fuck is Bill Clinton throwing it up? Or why the fuck is Dan Quayle throwing it up? Or other world leaders? You know what I'm saying? These people aren't from Texas. Why are these people throwing up the hook'em horns? Speaking of the devil horns, as you can see here, the Latin Kings, another really big street gang, they use the devil horns to signify their gang. Also, they use the crown, which anybody who studies the Illuminati knows that the crown represents the sun, or it's sun worship. And what do we have here? It's a few people you might recognize doing a Masonic handshake.
Okay, thank you for being here. Look at that. Now.
Alright, this is some shit from Folk Nation, one of the larger Crip gangs. And as you can see, they tend to use the Star of David that the Zionists are associated with. And if you look at this picture, you can see the Star of David, a pitchfork, a backward swastika, and if you look closely, you'll see 3 hidden 6s in there as well. And what about biker gangs? Biker gangs use a lot of the same symbolism of the Illuminati too. Take a look at this, the Skull and Bones. Have you not seen this on many bikers' jackets? Or what about this? It's the Cross of the Knights of Malta, a secret society that hardly anybody even talks about. And you see it everywhere in biker culture, even on West Coast choppers. Okay, so if my theory is correct, and the Illuminati created or helped, you know, steer along the path that the gang movement went down, how would this be possible? Well, let's take a look at it. Most of the street gangs work for or underneath the bigger crime families. Like Sureño 13 pretty much does all of the dirty work that Laime needs to get done, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm sure this works with a lot of the other street gangs as well. They're either working for or they're emulating what the bigger crime families are doing. So, let's look at the bigger crime families. Well, this is where it gets deep. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want to touch this, but what are most of the bigger crime families? What are most of the Sicilian crime families? What are most of the Hispanic or the Mexican mafia crime families? What are most of the Italian crime families? They're all Roman Catholic. And if you've done any kind of real investigation into this, you can't turn a blind eye to the Vatican. You know that the Vatican has a huge role in the Illuminati. For God's sake, they invented the fucking Illuminati. Adam Weishaupt was a Jesuit priest. He's the one that pulled all of the families together in Europe and created the idea of the Illuminati. So, basically, that's how I think it happened. The Roman Catholic Church working through the crime families, working through the street gangs. they flooded the streets with guns, they flooded the streets with drugs through the CIA and through other organizations to create problems, you know what I'm saying, to create chaos. You flood the streets with guns and crack, and you set up a situation where the problem, the poor people, the worthless, or, you know what I'm saying, the useless eaters, you know, they eliminate themselves. They get themselves locked into private prisons for profit, where they work making Adidas and New Balance shoes for 32 cents a day, and 16 cents of that 32 cents goes to pay restitution. And, you know what I'm saying, then you got everybody out there killing themselves, killing each other, and basically they take a movement that, like, the Black Panthers started, where they were trying to empower people, and basically they turn it into something where we're just killing ourselves, we're killing each other, we're killing our brothers and our sisters, and we're doing it without any thought because we're told that that's the way life is, and we just accept it just like everybody else does.
Some boy.
Mackey stating the same thing. Masonic definition of profane. 1. In the 33rd degree initiation, the Mason drinks wine from a human skull. 5th degree, part of the ritual involves stabbing skulls. Illustrated right here. When I bumped into it, I thought it was a fake. Until I found this. In Richardson's Monitor of Freemasonry, official Masonic literature, written for Masons only. On this page, what is that head doing there? You'll find out in a sec. Let's read the description of the apron worn in this degree. Speaking of the initiates, it states, they wear white aprons sprinkled with blood red and lined and bordered with black. On the flap of the apron, a bloody arm holding a dagger, and on the apron, a bloody arm holding a bloody head by the hair. By the Grand Pontiff of Universal Freemasonry, Lucifer is the light bearer, and that you should doubt it not. From their own literature.
Lucifer, what is your problem?
Just that, sir.
Okay.
I'm a Christian, sir.
I'm pure and virtuous and wholesome and innocent. How can you say anything bad about me?
Sir, you need to be born again.
I am born again.
Now, did you just say that you are Lucifer?
I am Lucifer.
Okay, define Lucifer for me.
Pure, virtuous, wholesome, innocent individual that's out to help people.
Lucifer is?
Yeah.
Say that again. Lucifer is a pure, holy...
Virtuous.
Virtuous. Now, is he the Lucifer that God created?
That's the same one.
Oh, man, this is great. I'm going to put this on the internet.
Oh,
Amen.
God bless you,
Amen.
brother.
Because that's exactly what the Shriners and Masons teach, is that Lucifer is light.
No.
And you're,
hey, what
you're
about
confirming
those hospitals?
It. You know what, sir? Jesus said, many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, we did not do these good deeds in your name. And you'll say, away from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you.
Jesus said it?
In Matthew chapter 5.
Mercy.
No.
That's hard to believe.
So you're a Christian and you don't know that. Actually.
No, I really am.
You are.
Because I'm pure and virtuous.
You're pure and virtuous, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In other words, you're perfect without Jesus, right?
No.
Okay, tell me about Jesus. Who is Jesus?
Well, he's my leader.
Is he the Son of God?
Yes, he is.
Is he the only worshipful master?
Yes.
Have you ever been called worshipful master?
No, because I've just been too busy. I've been working.
Been
working to help people.
What
like
kind
you.
of work? Okay.
Get out of here.
See, this is what a Mason confesses, is that Lucifer is light. You heard it?